Who doesn't love a great breakfast, brunch, weekend feast? I know I do. So I want to take you through a really great recipe that is similar to the frittata, or if you're looking at quiches or baked omelets. This is very, very similar. But what I do love about it is that I don't have to worry about making a crust. And like the frittata that doesn't typically have a carb with it, I am using potatoes in this breakfast bake. So it is gonna be delicious, but also hearty and a little heavier than some of those other breakfast bakes. The other thing I love about this is when you're trying to feed a group of people, this recipe helps you do that in a more timely fashion. Instead of trying to get a bunch of fried eggs or scrambled eggs or poached eggs out to people, this is a one pot type dish that you bake and serve, and it just makes your life a little bit easier when it comes to brunching with your friends and family. I'll take you through the version that I'm making today on the Silly Kitchen. We're gonna head over to the stovetop and start building all of our flavors. One thing I will tell you though, we are gonna start with potatoes, and I'm using just fresh raw potatoes, and I'm gonna cook them up first, just on a frying pan, a little bit of oil and a little bit of water to keep that moisture in there until I get sort of the almost fully done potato that I want. But if you would like to skip that step and you happen to have frozen potatoes or hash browns or nuggets of potato in the freezer, you can also use those in substitution. You just have to let them thaw out before building the flavors. And there you go, easier. I'm gonna spray my oven safe pan and transfer those potatoes over and just let them do their thing. They're fine if they cool down a little bit. And I'm gonna get my veggies started in that same pan. You were building all the same flavors, so don't do more dishes. Obviously, you can see the vegetables that I'm using, onions and peppers, but if you want to add or substitute any other vegetables, I would highly recommend things like spinach or broccoli. Those would also work really well in this. I have a feeling something like zucchini might not be the best because it's got a little bit more of that water retention in there, but play around with your veggies and throw in what you like. You've seen the show before, you know I love using bacon, and I love cooking a whole batch of it in the oven and then just having it in the fridge. So that's what I'm throwing into this breakfast bake. But if you have ham, if you want to cook up some sausage with your potatoes and throw that in there, also an option. See how versatile this is? Now that my vegetables are to the doneness that I like, which means just a little bit crispy, but they've softened up, I'm gonna transfer those into my pan as well and just spread them out evenly so that the entire pan has a little bit of everything. I have 6 eggs for this recipe with a little bit of milk and salt and pepper, and I'm just gonna pour that over the pan. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees, and this goes in there for about 35 to 40 minutes, but we're not done yet. I'm gonna add a little bit of green onion to the top. As well, I'm gonna add my favorite ingredient, cheese. Goes back in the oven for, let's say, another 5-10 minutes. You don't wanna overcook the eggs, but you want all that cheese to melt. Breakfast and brunch. It's a beautiful way to spend some time with your friends and family. And why not do it with something delicious? I'm just gonna have a bite of that. I needed to, it was right in front of my nose. At the end of the day, I truly, wholeheartedly believe recipes are just ideas that you can turn into whatever you want. You take the base, the idea of the eggs and the potatoes and the veggies, and you choose your veggies, your proteins, add extra flavor, pick a different cheese maybe. Do whatever you like, what makes you happy, and there you have a beautiful brunch dish idea. Thank you for tuning in to the Silly Kitchen, and I hope to see you again soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can see more. Till next time.